Hi, welcome back to Eddie's Kitchen. A few weeks ago, I asked you this question in my community tab. What would you like to see the most on Eddie's Kitchen in 2018? 72% of the people voted for lunchbox recipes and ideas. So I'm going to post many more lunchbox recipes this year. The second most voted option was vegetarian recipes with 18% of the vote. Along with that poll result, today I want to share my homemade vegetable broth recipe with you. Many of my soup and stew recipes have steps for making broth with either anchovies or meat. So you can replace those non-vegetarian broth with this vegetarian broth. It is easy to make and it does enhance your Korean food. So let's get started. Prepare medium-sized onion, some garlic cloves, green onions, Korean radish, dried kelp, and dried shiitake mushrooms. Cut the onion in half and cut the radish into a similar size as the onion. You can also cut the green onions in half. All of these ingredients will give you great flavor for your vegetable broth. However, some of the ingredients might be a little difficult for you to find, such as the Korean radish, shiitake mushrooms, and dried kelp. So those can be optional. And if that's the case, use about 8 cups of water instead of 11 cups in this recipe to make the broth, since it will lose some flavor by omitting them. If you can get all the ingredients, that's the best. Pour 11 cups of water in a large pot. Put all the prepared vegetable ingredients in the water. Once you start to boil, cook it for about 5 minutes on high. 5 minutes later, take the kelp out of the boiling water and discard it. If you boil the kelp for too long, some sticky juice will come out of the kelp and it can give the broth a little bitter taste. That's why we take it out in 5 minutes. Now, reduce the temperature to medium and cover the pot with a lid. Cook it for about 30 more minutes on medium. 30 minutes later, you will see this brownish colored broth. Take out all the cooked vegetables out of the water and discard them except for the cooked Korean radish and shiitake mushrooms. You will get about 8 cups worth of vegetable broth. I like to store my homemade broth in wide-mouthed glass jars. These are pint mason jars and I'm going to use 4 of them. A pint jar can hold 2 cups of liquid and a quarter jar can hold about 4 cups. Wash them good and pour 2 cups of vegetable broth in each jar. Once it is cooled down, put the lid on and store them in the refrigerator. You can use the broth for about 2 weeks. If you want to keep them longer, pour less broth in the jars and put them in the freezer. If you fill the jars full of broth, the jars can break in the freezer. I didn't add any salt in this broth, so you can use this broth for my other recipes without messing up the saltiness, as you use just plain water. If you make your own soup, I recommend seasoning it with a little bit of Korean soup soy sauce. I prefer soy sauce than pure salt for the flavor. This is the soup soy sauce I always use for my Korean cooking. Once the cooked shiitake mushrooms and radish cooled down a bit, you can chop them up and use them in a soup recipe with your vegetable broth. You could make a simple soybean paste soup with them by adding some tofu and onion. For my next video, I will show you how to make a vegetarian version of the Korean soft tofu stew called sundubujigae. I will use this vegetable broth for it. Even though it didn't have any meat or seafood in it, this broth was still very delicious. So I cannot wait to share my vegetable sundubujigae recipe with you. So stay tuned. If you like this video and want to watch more vegetarian recipes, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The other day, I asked people to do a hashtag Eddie's Kitchen on Instagram if they have pictures of Korean food that they tried my recipes, and thankfully, many people did. I also got permission from them to show their pictures to you. Thank you very much for all the pictures you hashtagged for Eddie's Kitchen. I would like to share many more food pictures from you like this in my future videos. So please hashtag Eddie's Kitchen on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you for watching. See you soon again. Bye.